of the biggest things that I love to talk about with athletes is goals. Long-term goals, short-term goals. But for me, every athlete needs realistic goals for that athlete. Here's what I mean. If my son or daughter is 11, I'm not thinking about college, not at 11. I'm thinking about making the modified team for my middle school. I'm thinking about making the JV team for my middle school. I'm thinking about making my varsity team, and not just making my varsity team, am I going to be able to play on that team? So what do I need to do to be able to set and achieve those goals? For me, in these times, it's kind of crazy when you listen to parents of 10, 11, and 12-year-old kids talking about college recruiting. College recruiting, man. At 10, 11, and 12, there is no college coach that is coming to see your kid play at 10, 11, and 12. It's just not happening. About a year ago, the NCAA rules changed again. They often change. And you're now not allowed to speak to athletes until their junior year for Division I. So they started committing 8th graders. 8th graders. Do you know what that means? It means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. A verbal commitment to a college means absolutely nothing. Why does it mean nothing? Well, here's why. Between the time you verbal and the time you sign your NLI, National Letter of Intent, a lot of things could happen. That 8th grader could get really, really good and decide he doesn't want to go to your school. Or he might not put the work in anymore and they're not going to take him. Or the coach leaves and goes to another school 4 or 5 years later. New coach comes in. He has no idea that your son or daughter was verbally committed. Stop worrying about the stuff I can't see and work on the today. Work on the tomorrow. I can't go back and fix yesterday, but I can learn from yesterday to be prepared for today. I can learn from yesterday to set my path for the future. If I'm a middle school player, my future is JV. If I'm a JV player, my future is varsity. By the time I'm done with JV and I'm heading to my varsity world in my varsity time, I'm going to have a pretty good idea if college is the next step for me. Maybe it is. That's phenomenal. Maybe it's not. That's okay too. But I want to be the best high school player I can be. I want to be the best travel player I can be. I want to be the best teammate, the best human being that I can be. Because nobody is going to recruit an a-hole. There are stories I can tell, and we will in other episodes. But for me, it's looking in the mirror. This is where I am today. This is where I want to be tomorrow. I'm not saying don't have long-term goals. What I'm saying is at 13 or 14, I have no idea what I'm going to be at 19, 20, or 21. College recruiting is the most difficult thing to do, more for boys than girls. Why? Once girls are in 10th grade, they're menstruating, they've gone through their physical changes, and they're now young women, their bodies aren't going to change a whole lot. For baseball, coaches are looking at 15 and 16-year-old kids, and they're trying to project what that kid's going to look like at 19, 20, and 21. That's difficult to do. So again, I say to you, worry about the today. Look in the mirror. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Ask for help. I'm a really good ball player. I don't eat right. I don't get enough sleep. I sleep with my phone. I don't have enough time to decompress. That's going to catch up to you. I want to know what I need to do, Coach. Coach, what's the next step for me? Can you help me get on a nutritional program? Can you help me figure out how to make my body bigger, stronger, faster? We hear that all the time. You got to be bigger, stronger, faster. My question is, how do I get there? For me, all about today, all about tomorrow, not next week, not next year. Help your athlete set and achieve realistic goals for that specific athlete. And thank you. We'll see you next time.